Your partner is not evil, even if they don't meet your needs. Many people struggle in a relationship because they take it personal when their partner don't meet their needs. They think that there might be something wrong with me, that's why my partner is not trying enough, or my partner is bad, and they're so evil because they are not trying hard enough to meet my needs. Both of these reasonings are faulty and usually not true. Usually, when your partner cannot seem to do anything right, it boils down to two main reasons. First of all, you have not communicated your needs clearly enough and always force your partner to try to figure out what you actually like and dislike. Second of all, your partner just don't have what it takes to make you happy. Your partner just doesn't have what it takes to meet your basic needs. That's okay too. It just means that you need to move on and find some more compatible. This don't apply to abusive relationships though. If your relationship is showing any sign of abuse, you should just leave right away. But if your partner really loves you and they are trying to meet your needs and just don't know how, then we might have a solution here. First, ask yourself, can I accept the person trying to meet my needs and not making the progress right away? Have a clear timeline in your head, how long you're willing to wait for changes to happen, because things don't change overnight and it might take some time for adjustments to happen. Second question that you should ask in this timeline is, can I withstand the pain of my partner potentially triggering my trauma? Do you even know what your traumas and pains are and how exactly they're triggering and aggravating your wounds from your past experiences, from your childhood? For example, your partner might like going out, your partner might like other people's pictures on social media, and while these might be harmless actions, it can trigger your pain and trauma of rejection, abandonment, or not feeling worthy enough. Remember that you're responsible for healing your own trauma, but it's also okay to pick a partner who doesn't aggravate them, and it's okay to not expose yourself to hurt while you're healing. So if you choose to leave a partner just because you can't stand the pain, that's okay too, and you should not guilt and shame yourself. The third question to consider is, while you're waiting for changes to happen, are you going to be nice and kind to your partner, or you will be guilting and shaming them and complaining all the time? Can you maintain the healthiness on your part of the bargain? Can you still be kind and patient to them while they're making the progress towards meeting your needs? Can you still be functional, or you're going to hyper-focus on repairing things in the relationship? So if you have considered all of these points and you're still willing to try and work things out because you love your partner and want things to work, there are several ways you can try to communicate your needs. First of all, the feelings communications. In this type of communications, you emphasize the feelings instead of the reasoning. Instead of saying, stop doing this because you're wrong, this creates more argument because your partner will likely try to explain why they're not wrong, why their actions were harmless, and spiral into a chain of non-ending arguments. Try expressing with feelings instead of reasoning. For example, babe, I would really appreciate if you stop doing this action, because when you do this, it makes me feel like I'm unworthy. It makes me feel sad. It makes me feel abandoned, rejected. And I know it's not your fault that I'm having these triggers. And I know you didn't want to hurt me because you love me. But I can't help but feel this way. You can also add, if you actually mean it, that I would really appreciate it that while I'm healing, you would stop doing these things to not trigger me, to not hurt me. When you explain it in this way, because feelings are subjective, the person will more likely to accept whatever you're feeling And because they love you and care for you, they will take into consideration your feelings. The second way of communicating your needs is the non-negotiable way. Only use this strategy when you know you can deliver on the repercussions for crossing your boundaries. It would sound something like this. These are my non-negotiables. If you cross this boundary, I will not accept it, I will never accept it, I will never be able to compromise, and it would mean that we would have to break up, even though I love you, because this is so important to me that I will never let it go. When we express our non-negotiables, we let our partner know what are the most important values, the most important boundaries for us that they should never ever cross. And if they were to cross these boundaries, it would mean that your relationship would come to an end. Ideally, it's best to set these non-negotiables at the start, even before beginning the relationship, but sometimes we're just too afraid, we're just too involved in the moment, and we forget to do this groundwork. It's important to do it as soon as possible, without fearing that your partner might reject you and abandon you, because you know that this is the foundation of your relationship. And sooner or later, you will discover this about each other. So it's better to do it sooner than later on, when you're already too emotionally involved. So when you have communicated all of your needs clearly, time and time again, how to know that the partner is actually making progress and movement towards meeting your needs. Have a clear measurement in your mind what progress would look like. For example, before your partner would go out all the time and it would trigger your trauma of rejection and abandonment. If your partner, after you have expressed your needs to them, started scheduling dates, giving you flowers, gifts, things that make you feel more valued and giving you the quality time that you need, to shower you with the attention that you need, then that could be considered positive progress, and you should show appreciation for it. Another point to consider, though, is that even though your partner might be giving their best effort and doing everything they can to try to meet your needs, it might still be not enough for you, and that's totally okay. Consider if you're willing to compromise and accept the effort that they're giving, or that still is not enough for you and you want to consider other options. Either scenario is okay, and you should not guilt yourself or shame yourself or your partner for this. Understand that it's not about you personally, that your partner might be giving their best effort and it might still not be good enough for you. And if you feel that way, then make peace with it and move on. Do it in a respectful manner towards you and your partner.